I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, don't even look like the movies no more. Some of that shit look real. Like, yeah, he's on his way.
John.
Yeah, that behind
Lord
me.
willing, we speak on the chariot stand. Rob Mock with his right here. You like his?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not up the other way, because he like, oh yeah, that face up. Yeah, okay, there you go. Boom.
Yeah, let's put Caesar boys here right in front of them. I'm gonna
Front and center, in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah, bring the wicket.
The wicket over here.
Yeah,
But we gotta put the stumbling block right in front.
right in front, because they get mad when they see that.
Yeah.
You're actually using
this live.
Oh, you already live? Okay. Yeah, you can start it out. I didn't know
Let me lift this up a little bit. Over here. Let lift up a little bit. You know?
Yeah, the Most High blessed us, man, because that doctrine out there crazy. Why ain't nobody talking about what's really happening, man? They still, well, I guess they need to be, doing that. Telling people they Israelites and shit, that's still something. All other camps, they like repent, keep the law.
They saying that?
Huh?
But they're not saying nothing about the shit?
Nah, they don't mention nothing about the stuff that Great Millstone. I was watching Great Millstone video, the mind opened up, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that's at home, at camp and at home, they're doing things with Great Millstone and Emo and Menabala and DT or whatever. They minds is widely enlightened. You can tell by the things they say out their mouth, even in the middle of the camp. These niggas that in camps, they don't sound like Great Millstone niggas. You know, they Salakia, but they don't sound like the brothers, man.
Yeah, the other camps, they don't sound like studious like they. It sounds like they when they do come out, it's just all right. Let's go out there. We ain't been out there in a minute.
And I compare the common boys.
Oh man,
come on, man. The common boys are still following on half of them other camps, man.
Yeah, that's why the apostles always push the vibration and put precepts.
Yeah,
put precepts.
That's it. Oh, Salakia.
Because it's supposed to be edifying,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us His truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching His truth with all righteousness and sincerity. With the Israelites that have prophesied the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. As always, the sit-downs, the lessons, the street speaking is for the elect. Everything is about the elect. As always, we push the vibration of prophecy along with repentance, converting, and worshiping the true power. There's a lot of sad perils that will be shortly coming to pass that we read about in the Bible that's going to be playing out in real time. Before these different events come, the Lord sends out the prophets to forewarn the people. Now the elect will hear the word and repent so that they can have a hedge of protection for them entering into these times. But those who don't hear the word or reject the word, they're going to get destroyed, man. The Lord had raised up prophets big time. What you got?
Okay. Proverbs 13:13. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed.
Yeah, so the Lord got the word being spoken at a high frequency. We were just talking about how, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and men of valor and like-minded brothers, they pushing the word with prophecy, with power, with edification, and bringing out the counsel of the Lord, man. Really being a watchman standing up on the tower, getting into the word and really, bringing out what the things that's in the word is saying. And these other camps aren't. But those who hear this word, if they despise it, they're going to get destroyed. Because ultimately they hate Yahweh.
It says, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
Now the commandments just doesn't stop at the 600, over 600 commandments we read about in the Torah. There's commandments all in the Proverbs,
Job.
Psalms. Yahushua gave out some. He said, go ye out on the highways and the byways. Those are commandments. All right? So if you despising that, oh no, we don't got to go out there on the highways and the byways. All we can do is just be on the keyboard. All we got to do is just be on the internet. Now we got to make full proof of the ministry like Apostle Paul said. And this is an ancient custom of the prophets. If we're the prophets coming back, this should be natural to you because we've done this in our past lives. This is second nature.
This is just one of the many things that was taken away from us in our captivity.
Oh, right. Yeah, when we talk about the spirit of life entering into them and they stood upon their feet, this is a part of the spirit of life entering into us going into these ancient ways and coming out on the highways and the byways teaching and preaching, man. Here it is, you got all these people full of folly and madness and impurity, showcasing their folly, showcasing their wickedness. In darkness. You don't think the Lord is going to counterbalance that somehow, some way? It's going to be righteous. It's going to be some forms of righteousness all throughout this place in the form of these camps.
Proverbs 19, verse 16. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul.
Yeah. So when you keep the commandment, like we said, the chief commandment was what our Lord Yahushua said. Repent ye and believe the gospel. Go ye out on the highways and the byways. Them was chief commandments right there, because those, you follow those instructions, that'll lead you to life. So, what is that?
Proverbs 19:16. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul.
So if you keep those instructions that Yahushua gave us, you keep your own soul, man. Because without this truth, you're soulless, man. You're like a dead body laying in the street of this great city.
Dry bones.
Dry bones, yeah.
But he that despiseth his ways shall die.
Yeah, you despise these ways, you're going to die, man. And it's going to be different, various forms of death out here. You're going to have Esau coming down with great wrath. In the midst of him coming down with great wrath, you're going to have the hour of temptation, which is him pushing out the mark of the beast. You got a smirk on his face. And I'm sure he's one of those dudes that's up there. Yeah. See, the Lord ain't going to be there's going to be a lot of people with no smiles and shit on their faces once the Lord turned it up a notch. Lord, all this pride and all this hee-hee, the laughing, and you want to look at the signs, and you want to shake your head, and you want to come and challenge us. The Lord is finna kill all that noise, man.
This is 1 Samuel 15:23. It says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
And that's all you see in Babylon is rebellion. What's rebellion mean? War against. Who are they warring against? They're warring against the God of the Bible, man. They're at war against the ways of righteousness. But see, these are names that they put on it. They put equality. That's rebellion. You warn against the Most High when you're speaking about equality. Because the Bible doesn't deal with equality. It deals with order. Order doesn't have equality a part of it, man. Freedom and justice for all. That's rebellion. And all these different freedoms and liberty and different things this place is pushed out.
It says, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
Stubbornness meaning like, I don't want to hear that. Y'all always talk about the MOTB. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. Can y'all talk about something else?
Another thing they don't like here is to talk about recompense.
Oh, yeah.
You got to pay that back.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that shit. They hate that.
And the Lord loves recompense.
Yup. And judgment.
It says, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king.
Now this is Saul, which he was a great prophet. Samuel. He was a great prophet, and he was a Levite. And he talking to King Saul. Because he didn't follow the instructions of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. He did the way that seemed right to him. He went after the way that seemed right unto him, but at the end thereof is the ways of death, because ultimately through his actions of not listening to the instructions of the Lord, his empire crumbled, and it ended up being transferred to David. Sons, he got put to death. Sons got put to death. Evil spirit from the Lord came upon him. He was so thirsty for the word of the Lord to where he went to a witch.
Yep.
And that's how it's gonna be, man. People gonna be so thirsty for this information, and they're not gonna be able to find it, and they're gonna be going great lengths to try to, hear something from the Lord. And they're gonna be going to the wrong people.
Wandering the streets.
They're gonna be going to the wrong fucking people, man.
Ecclesiastes 9, verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sentence destroys what's good.
Wisdom is better than weapons of war. Because you can have weapons of war, but if you don't have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding to go against your enemies can overtake you. When Joshua went to Jericho, Joshua followed the instructions from the Lord. The Lord said, hey, look, when you go to Jericho, circle it one time. For the next 7 days, you circle it for 6 days, you circle it once. And on the 7th day, you circle it 7 times. And then you blow the trumpet. And then your enemies is delivered into your hand. Joshua, he followed those instructions to his teeth. He used the wisdom. Those walls failed on the 7th day, and they took the city, right? And it was a great spoil. It was great, it was did they take the spoils, didn't they? Okay, yeah, they burnt all the spoils. But the point is, Joshua used the wisdom.
And that whole scenario is symbolic of what we see today amongst the Israelites on the highways and byways. They blowing the horn.
Or let's go to Joel 3. 2.
Said the one sin destroyed what's good. That's what happened with King Saul. He destroyed his own line because of what he did.
Yeah.
And he did have one surviving son. He was a cripple. When the one he was his baby.
Yeah, the Lord showed mercy on him through Solomon.
I think it was his Moshe.
No. Was it through Solomon he had mercy on him, or was it through David?
Through David.
Okay. Solomon did have mercy on somebody.
This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the true names of the God of the Bible, we're blowing the trumpet. We're coming out and we magnifying our voices and bringing out the counsel of the Lord, which is the prophecies. These Christian pastors, the Jehovah's Witness, they're not talking about the mark of the beast. They're not giving you warning of things that's surely come to pass. That's that. They're not giving you warning, man. They just saying Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos on a loud ass horn. That's it. Because he know he gonna get
it says, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
And we talk about the day of the Lord, man. We talk about how the Lord is going to come with fire in his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebukes with flames of fire. But leading up to that, there's going to be a new monetary system that the global elites is going to set in place. And if you don't take this biometric, this body scan payment technology into you, all right, you're not going to be able to have it to where you're able to buy and sell. All right, you're not going to be able to go to the grocery stores, have a job, pay your rent, get your car registered, pay certain bills, so on and so forth. And they got this Fed now that's being launched in July, alongside with the whole talks of the debt ceiling. So, it's going to be a great, interesting weeks moving forward, because we finna really see what Esau Edom is finna have happening soon, which is the Spirit of the Lord resting on Esau to do these things. But it's gonna be very interesting how things pan out, man.
Oh, now I got that.
Second Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start at 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together.
Now, this is Esdras speaking with Uriel, which is one of the top angels that stand before the Lord. And Uriel is giving Esdras these prophecies. Now, in this particular chapter, when you start from the 9th verse on down, we often quote Esau as the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So what the brothers just read, he said there's going to be, when this world begin to vanish away and get destroyed, there's going to be these signs or tokens that's going to happen, which is going to be, for us to measure the times, basically.
Payment technology, that's one of the major signs.
Yeah.
It says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The woman with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up.
And that's premature children, or preemies. Esau has this technology where if a woman, have some pregnancy complications and she can't go full term with the baby, she may be able, she can drop it at 5 months. Esau can attach the baby to the incubator and put all these different things on it, and the baby can survive and live a full life. There's walking testimonies of that.
Yeah.
So that's a sign, right? So the medical system and this technology, just to sum it up, that's a token that we're at the end. You can do these great miracles through this technology
Of wonders.
in the medical field. Go ahead.
And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
Suddenly, another word for suddenly is immediately. So it's gonna come a time where it's gonna be, things is going cool, and then all of a sudden, the sown places is gonna become unsown. An example of a sown place is this grocery store, which I think is gonna go into it.
Yep.
But a grocery store, your Walmarts, your Targets, these big distribution, companies that's able to get out a lot of product out. It's gonna come a time where one day it's gonna be business as usual, and then the next day something catastrophic is gonna happen. There's gonna be a run on the grocery store, run on the banks, run on this, run on that. People's gonna get all this shit, and all this stuff is gonna be empty. Or Esau is gonna have it to where this infrastructure isn't gonna be getting the 18-wheeler trucks in,
Right.
and all these products in. Kind of like how it was with the bottlenecking at the ports,
Fuel shortages, yeah.
fuel shortages, and so on and so forth. So something is gonna happen to where it's gonna drastically change up society.
The way we used to, the things that we're used to.
Yeah, economic collapse.
Already inflation. I was at the store earlier bought some steak. That shit was $20. 2 ribeye steaks. Back then it would be like $8, $9. Now,
Even lamb and salmon went up high.
Yeah.
You get one little strip for like $15-16, man.
And they putting coloring on the meat, man, because did the meat be too damn red? Like they just killed this motherfucker yesterday.
It says, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Now storehouses are grocery stores. In the ancient world, we have barns and stuff like that. You know, you can dig up earth and store certain things in the ground. You look up these different ancient ways because we didn't have, refrigerators, deep freezers, and shit like that. But we had we had wisdom to preserve food. You know, you dig so far in the ground and you put something in it, the temperature is so low it can preserve things. You know, that's your ancient deep freezer.
They used to wrap it up with salt and shit.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot of preserving.
At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
So the scriptures aren't always in chronological order, or okay, this happens and then this happens and then this happens. This is summing up various perils that will be happening in the last days. So you're gonna have to where it's gonna be tension amongst people. The Lord Yahushua spoke about it in Matthew the 24th chapter. He said the love of many waxing cold. So you're gonna have people that's being at odds with each other. And we can see it. You add on financial instability, financial crisis, cost of living, the situation with the banks and them raising the interest rates. It being hard to get a job, all right? People losing their jobs, their homes getting foreclosed, they're getting their cars repossessed. People they're gonna change up mentally. They're gonna be changing up mentally, and then they're gonna be out here, it's gonna be a dog-eat-dog world. Because people are already seeing that these jobs, look, I'm working 3 jobs and I'm still barely making ends meet. Rent keep going up, So people gonna just say, evil thoughts is gonna get in these people's mind. They're gonna say, fuck it, I'm gonna steal what I got. And in Los Angeles County right now, there's an uptick in strong armed robberies. We witnessed one smash and grabs. A lot of restaurants is getting burglarized, home invasions. People, we was at camp some time ago and we witnessed a strong armed robbery right in front of us. People walking up, getting their phones snatched, purses snatched.
That video was sent me in the SD card. He was with his kids. He just came and snatched his chain.
Yeah, people in this, they're getting bold or brazen. They're going in restaurants, somebody sitting there eating their hot wings or whatever, and they just up the strap. Boom.
Yo, the watch, give me the money.
Give me the money, give me
the wallet.
So
take up your chains.
Yeah. So that's these prophecies.
It says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
Yeah, because there's going to be droughts. There's going to be all types of things happening, man. And these people, it says the world shall stand in fear, man. Not us. And we gonna be a little shooken up because it's like, wow, man, the prophecies, it's coming to pass. Wow. But we're gonna be comforted because we got the spirit of truth, which the world cannot receive. The Lord has forewarned us through our teachers and our leaders of these different prophecies and events that's going to be happening in the last days. So when we see these prophecies play out, it's going to be on our end more of a, oh wow, it did say this is second Ezra the 6th chapter. Oh well shit, it did say this is second Ezra the 15th chapter and the 16th chapter. Oh well, Yahushua, he did say the love of many waxing cold. Oh, it did say Esau gonna come down with great wrath because he loved that he had but a short time. Oh, he did say he was gonna cause all, both small and great, to receive. Yahushua said it's gonna be pestilences. So we're gonna have the comfort of the scripts to keep us stable in these times that we're in. But those people that are without, those that despise the word, like the brother brought out, they're gonna be destroyed, man. And it's gonna start off mentally. Oh, fuck. Oh. Wow, it was a prophet among us. What was the names? Oh man, they said this was gonna happen. Because it's a light thing for the Most High to put you in a spirit of remembrance when you walk by the prophets and didn't believe it. This is easy. It's accounts in Ezra where the Lord had it to where Ezra remembered everything he said and had the men writing it down.
Right now.
Yeah.
It says, whosoever remaineth from all these that I've told thee shall escape.
Yeah, which is the remainder, the remnant, the Israel of the Most High, the election, the 1/3, first fruits. They're going to escape this time of peril. So there's salvation had for the elect of Israel, man.
And it says, and see my salvation.
And see it. Because the elect is, when they see Yahushua come, the elect is going to understand, oh, that's Yahushua. Those is the angels. What you think a person that rejected this word, what you think they going to be saying? It's an alien invasion. You know, they run into the crawl space of their house. You know? Yeah. So in that day, the elect, or when we're a part of that number and we endure to the end, we gonna be called on Yahweh, should be Yahushua. Yahushua ain't know, Yasha Allah. Whereas these other people, they gonna be running for their life, man. They're gonna be terrified looking upon the things that are coming upon the earth. They're gonna be perplexed, man.
They're gonna be dismayed.
Dismayed.
Dismayed, bro.
Especially when Esau do the bait switch. When Esau do the bait switch, these people is gonna lose it. Wait a minute, I thought the police said, I thought on the side of the police car said, protect and serve.
Yeah.
They not protecting nothing. Women get raped on the corner, police just driving by, leaving it. Ambulance, they don't even run no more. All the cell towers is down, we can't even call 911. Are we, you know, the men in the community, we're all marching down to the police substation, man. We need justice in our neighborhood. 2nd Address 15 talk about they should rise up against their kings and their nobles. Well, when we get that?
These cops, they only gonna stand so long when it come to riots and things like that. That's why when you had the Capitol on January 6th, get torn up supposedly, you know, it could have been staged. Yeah. You know, who was the president at that time? Was it Biden?
Trump.
It was Trump. Trump was asking China, can they bring in foreign troops? Because you know why? See, the Lord's going to bring these troops that are like madman sparing none over here, because these regular U.S. cops, they're going to have a conscience. Well, I got family. They're not going to do, you know, what's required that these elites want them to do. So what's Esau going to do? He's going to bring in what you call FEMA troops, Gurkha troops, foreign troops that don't like Gurkha troops, yep, that don't like U.S. citizens. And their minds are going to be warped, all right, to, hey, we don't care about them, they not us. And you see that now, because the regular Asian and Ishmaelite, they don't like us, man. They can care, they'll hurry up and buy, man. So imagine one of their troops coming over here.
Right. That's Edom. Let's get 2nd Address 15. All the Edomites do walk on hot ass ground.
Man.
Piss.
Fugitive.
2nd Address 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth. How about you on time?
Yeah, so our conversation is supposed to be the prophecies that's in the Bible, man. And we're supposed to be forewarning our people. And as it says there, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So the Lord is channeling this spirit of prophecy through us. When you read in Revelation 16, it speaks about the everlasting gospel to preach to them that dwell upon the earth. Through the spirit and power of Yahushua, he's channeling that spirit of prophecy, or this everlasting gospel, or the testimony of Yahushua, or the comforter, through the men of the Lord, so it can rest upon the ears of the elect and condemn those who aren't a part of salvation. And that's what we're supposed to be talking about.
2nd Address 15:2. And cause it to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Written on paper because they are faithful and true, meaning they're going to come to pass, man. They're going to come to pass. And that's how we got the Bible today for you gainsayers and you scoffers that bring up these same debating points. Oh, man wrote the Bible. Yeah, but it was holy man. It's prophets. They received instructions from the Lord. They received the visions from the Lord and they wrote them down. Oh, man, I got to write this down. Some things the Lord told them not to write. You know, John, Apostle John, in the book of Revelation, the 10th chapter, he heard the 7 thunders uttered their voices, but he was commanded not to write. So, you know, it could very well be things that's not in the end time prophecies that happen in these times, you know, that it's gonna be crazy, man. You know? Apparitions, spirits, different things, man. All kind of wild shit. So, you know, count it joy and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim outside for enabling you to receive this truth.
Don't despise it.
Yeah, man. This is the mercy. This is a part of the mercy. This is a part of the favor. The Lord allowing you to receive this truth. This is not a light thing. Whether you know 2-3 precepts, whether you just talk about the MOTB, you know.
They try to put it in the orange part of the flame.
Whether
you know the top part of the flame.
The wind keep blowing.
You know. Whatever you have, hold fast till the Lord Yahweh Shai comes, man.
2 Esdras 15 verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
So what is it saying? We're gonna have people that's gonna have certain imaginations and discrediting the message that we coming with. So we're gonna have unbelievers. We're gonna have people that's gonna say, y'all not the men of the Lord, y'all not the prophets. That's the incredulity, the discrediting. Y'all not the men of the Lord. That's not what that say. But see, through faith, which is a gift from the Most High, resting upon the elect, they're not going to be moved. What it say in Matthew the 24th chapter? If it were possible,
they would deceive the very elect.
Deceive the elect. We get people that come up here that try to challenge us, do little impromptu debates and try to challenge us, and they trying to like sow certain thoughts. Well, have you ever looked at that precept this way though? Nah, man. It's one truth.
This is what I get from it.
Yeah, this is what I saw when I read it. No. You know?
Yeah, because a lot of people, they try to come with their own interpretation.
Their own interpretation. Many are deceived by their own vain opinions.
Exactly. So that's why the scripture says the scripture is not written through private interpretation.
Right.
You know, it was divinely inspired by Yahweh Bashim Shai to the prophets to teach the correct way.
Yeah, the Bible is the book for the prophets.
Yeah, we seen last week.
Yeah.
He was kind of, I think it's like,
ow, cool.
You're supposed to keep thy foot anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? You come to the house.
Verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
And we talk about how the 2/3 gonna be put to death. 2/3, the unfaithful, the ungodly. You know, there's different titles for them too. The wicked, not the wicked, but like I say in Jeremiah, the 5th chapter, from among my people are found wicked men. Them,
the dead,
the
congregation of the dead.
The congregation of the dead. Various titles for them. They all gonna get put to death. Because like the brother brought out in Proverbs 13:13, whoso despises the word shall be destroyed.
Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
Wait, hold on. It say, I will bring plagues upon the world. Now, the plagues can be in the form of train derailments. The plague can be in the form of inflation. Okay? We got to give praises for the small things. You know what I mean? The inflation. You know what's another plague? It's the whole relationship dynamic. You know, there's a high percentage of failed marriages.
High percentage.
The whole alphabet community just being, you know, a lot of people accept it. Those are plagues, and those plagues leads to major judgment.
Even feminism, the way that formed the MGTOW movement, where the men going their own way now.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, could you agree that feminism plagued this society? You know, that plagued this society.
That destroyed the Israelite community.
Yeah, for sure. government assistance, that's a plague.
Yep.
Because there's a lot that produced the fruit of government assistance produced a lot of single family homes, man, and that plagued a lot of Israelites. That's just on one aspect, but then the weather phenomenons, those heat waves that was destroying a lot of crops last year,
Yep.
and then you had the farmers and the ranchers, they had to put down a lot of their livestock.
Yep.
When I was at the farms a couple of weeks on the horses, the lady was telling me how that we've been getting a lot of horses here, and we've been saving them from slaughter. And I was like, why is that? She said, well, a lot of farmers and ranchers, they can't afford to keep up with these horses, so what they do is they send them to the slaughterhouse. And then while they're there at the slaughterhouse, they have an auction. And you can buy the horses for dirt cheap, $500, big ass horse, $500, $600. You get them, it's like an auction, like a car auction. You get them cheap. But she said that's been a lot of that going on because people can't keep up with the hay, feed,
The upkeep.
Horses as big and strong as they are, they're very fragile. So there's certain health maintenance. They gotta get shots, pills, this, that. They gotta get their hooves clean. That's just with horses. What about cows and bison and sheep, chickens?
Poultry.
Yeah, because if the cattle, when the horses, if they're in a bad environment, then they it's gonna lead to the horse not performing well.
Yeah. And the livestock ain't gonna be profitable if they get sick and shit. Yeah. It's great.
Or you have a bad month. You're a farmer. You have a bad month, and you got to stretch, just like how it is at the house. See, you like, hey, look, we're gonna have to stretch this chicken for 2 days.
We tightening our belts around here.
Yeah. You have to, Yeah, you got a little stroke. So a farmer may have to do that. So the cattle start losing a little weight, and then that can lead to stores not having a lot of meat, or the meat that they do have is expensive, like you was talking about. These is plagues that can domino effect in a society that can cause high inflation.
Verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
And the wickedness that exceedingly polluted the whole earth, you read about it in Revelation 17 and 4. The cup of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication, which is America's influences that they push out all over the world.
Isaiah 24 too.
Yeah. So the influences, we might as well get it. Revelation 17 and 4. We'll write that up. Revelation 17 and 4. Because the brother brought out, because wickedness exceedingly polluted the whole earth. So let's get the origin of this wickedness.
It's Revelation 17 and 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Now this woman is a representation of Babylon the Great, which is America. And it says that this woman is arrayed, meaning the apparel that she has, and it says with scarlet, and what else?
It said with scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones.
So this woman, which represents America, she's clothed in majesty and beauty and gold, and that's America. Before all these nations came over here, America was a place that had this certain vibration to it that draw people here. The planes, the microwave oven, the refrigerator, home appliances. And I'm going over a span of time. Home appliances, certain conveniences, infrastructure, jobs, businesses, all these different things that these people saw America had that they didn't, that made this place the leading country of the whole world. Because while we had a stove in the house and we was able to crank it and had the gas on, them other countries, them other countries, they was still outside with the big fires and shit. They didn't have they didn't have the microwaves and the motherfucker, the wife in the house with the apron on cooking and shit. You know, they didn't have that. They was still cooking the ancient way. America pushed out conveniences and all these different leading edge technology that these other countries didn't have.
These other countries also call this place the land of opportunity.
The land of opportunity, right? So they would come over here, Moab, Ammon, Ham, Ishmael, Elam, Aram.
Yeah.
These nations would come over here. Esau chip them, give them different incentives, bank loans, grants, all these different things. But then there was stipulations. Y'all can have all this stuff. This access to finances, access to loans, access to businesses. But you got to go where these niggas at.
Yeah.
Y'all not coming to my community setting it up. You got to go over there in the hood, in the ghettos.
Yeah.
That's why you got your Chinese food stores in the hood. It's ran by Moabites or Ammonites.
You got the 7-Eleven, very good.
Yeah, the 7-Eleven.
They building them shits everywhere.
Yeah. Elam, your grocery stores, a lot. You get to looking at the owner or the franchise of Bond or Rob. It's Dong Joon Kim.
Yup.
Don Joon Kim. Nguyen. Kim Nguyen. You gonna always see Nguyen. That NGUNGYUN.
Yeah. Or the parks.
Yeah.
That Korean shit. Parks.
Yeah. So this woman was beautified and all these nations flooded over here. Yeah. And then America is the only country that has no state religion. You know what I mean? It's the home of the free, liberty and justice for all. So this woman, she was beautified. She was very attractive. She looked good. This nation was like, all right, shit, we gonna go over there and go lay in the bed with her.
They go to downtown Manhattan or Hollywood, or they think they on a goddamn resort, man. The flashing lights and stuff like that. Like you watch these heathens when they walking down the strip, or when you go to Manhattan and they're walking around and they got their cameras, man. They dead. They just looking like wow, like it's
stunned. Like it's something. Yeah.
Stunned.
That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that out because of the music. The music in the movies.
Yeah.
The entertainment, the sports, the music, the movies, all these different things that made America, very beautiful. These nations they have Michael Jordans and Kobe Bryants. Yeah. What's some of them old ass basketball players from back in the day?
Will Chamberlain and shit.
Oscar Robertson, Will Chamberlain. They didn't have that. Motherfuckers Duncan, what's his
Willie
name?
Mays and
number 42.
Hank Aaron and shit.
Baseball number 42.
Frank Robinson, Jackie Robinson.
Him, Babe Ruth, but he was an Israelite, Ephraimite. They didn't have Babe Ruth. They didn't have Jackie Robinson. They didn't have I Love Lucy. Ricky Ricardo.
I just seen a movie about the Globetrotters and dude named Sweetwater.
The first black dude with the ball and doing all
first
shit.
black dude to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
That movie, you watch it, it's all racist. All they talk about, we can't have a Negro playing basketball.
But even at that, like the brother mentioned, the music you had, brother, the Temptations. You had
that whole Motown explosion. That was a whole explosion.
Motown,
the Philly sound. Harold Melvin and them.
The Shy Lights. Frankie Beverly Mays. They didn't, man. Russia didn't have it.
Nobody had that.
Yeah, Cool and Gang. You didn't have it. UK didn't have that, man. Spain didn't have that. North Africa, Tunisia, they didn't have that. Greece.
Every genre of music came out of here.
Yeah. Right.
So we had all that. We had everything from the blues, which is still adored today.
Right.
To hip hop came out of here. Rock and roll, everything came out of here.
And then when you go further back in time, the inventions. You know, these nations say, oh, damn, that's how they get their mail?
Yup.
So they just put a piece of mail in the mailbox in 3 days and be over there somewhere?
Yeah.
You know, we make light of it because we from here. But when, like you said, when them nations come over here, like you get some Hamites from Sierra Leone, right?
Yeah.
You get some Hamites and you bring them over here, they be looking at the shit like, what is this?
What is this?
You know? Oh, this is how you can call somebody and talk to somebody over there. You mean I can tell my family I can talk? They be bugged the fuck out when they get this technology. So when these nations saw that, they said this bitch is beautiful.
Yeah.
Look what she got on. She got gold and shit on.
Jewels, rubies, precious stones.
Yeah.
Not to mention, since you mentioned Ham, a lot
Right
of
now,
the
what's up, Jake?
and other nations, they come over here because Esau.
Hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, good to see you again,
What's
brother.
going on?
Yeah. Appreciate y'all, bro. All right now, good to see you, man.
That's right,
Be
brother.
safe now.
Esau invented something called what? MoneyGram,
Good, man.
Western Union. Where he's-
Huh?
They looking good, man.
Hey, thanks, brother.
Water, brother.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
brother.
wouldn't mind standing with you, brother. You know.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, brother.
Esau invented something called Western Union, MoneyGram. So these nations, they can come over here. That's the reason why they got it called you can say international, because this money over here is worth more back in their own country.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll come over here, probably work. That's why you get a lot of these Hamites and stuff. They sell. They basically do their own business. They'll make stuff and then they'll have their own business. They'll profit a lot of money and they send it back home. And then they got palaces and mansions. Man, we know brothers from the western and northern parts of Africa that's in the truth. And the brothers' families got they call it palaces, man. You know?
I got some that was from Jake. I came to the mailbox 1891. It's like they Philip Downey. Traffic light.
So a mailbox, the traffic lights. These other countries, they seeing red, green, yellow. They didn't have that over there.
You got the automatic gear shift.
Okay, so automatic transmissions in cars.
Clothes dryer. The automatic elevator doors. Folding chairs. Gas heating furnace.
Oh, look, clothes dryer. Cause over here, the Americans was over here washing clothes and shit
Washboards.
and hanging them on the line. Meanwhile, over there in the Eastern world, they will have to go down to the lake or a river or something, wash their clothes, you know, and then bring them back. Over here, people were just washing their clothes at the house. You just put it in there and then let it do its thing.
It took a long time to doing that by hand. Like the automatic elevator doors.
Otis.
Yeah, they seeing people getting in elevator doors and they don't have to walk upstairs. They being lifted up. That was something that made this place beautiful.
Yup.
Damn, they got all kind of cutting edge technology.
They just making things that are convenient.
Yeah. And meanwhile, in these third world countries, they living hard lives, man. But that's why, see, the fruit of convenience is obesity. Motherfuckers ain't gotta go walk 2 miles to the nearest lake
Nope.
and come back. They doing 2-3 spins in the house and they right there at the at the washing machine.
2 or 3 spins.
And all these inventions was post-slavery.
Yeah.
The Israelites. Our people, we didn't need Esau.
Yup.
You know? Because that was all these inventions from 1891, 1922, 1932, 1892. You know? That was post-slavery.
I believe that they say.
Just like that movie 13 Years a Slave, when he
12 years a slave.
I get
Hey,
12
one more
years a
year.
slave.
Yeah. Add a year to it.
But the dude, the dude, or the main character, told the slave master he wanted to build something to make it easier for them to get across the river, to make crops, you know, to get crops over the other side of the river instead of walking the other way around. Jake used things like that as convenience because Esau was having them do shit, man, and wearing them out, and then having to wake up the next day and do the same thing. Jake was worn out, man.
Jake was a thinking man.
Yeah.
Jake was like, you know what? If I had the means, I can put this together, and I can just make something.
The scriptures say Jacob is the former of all things.
Yes.
Because he needed all those things.
There's a spirit in Jake to
Yeah.
like troubleshoot and like find tools and put shit together and make something to work out to make things easier for them. That's something that's in our spirit. We're working with our hands, doing shit, you know. But Esau, he took advantage of that. A lot of these inventions, Jake made them, but a lot of inventions, Jake made them, but Esau got the credit for it.
Because he invented the patent on all this stuff.
They the whiskey,
Cotton gin.
Jack Daniels.
Jack
Oh, yeah,
Daniels,
yeah.
it's like that made that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So now when we read this verse again, read that.
Revelation 17:4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
Now that's America and all the beauty that came with this place. Now we're gonna finish reading that verse, but let's hit where it say she got influence over all the world.
Yeah, our people, we didn't need Esau post-slavery, man. We built, we
15.
was flourishing, man.
I saw the Lord.
Our people, you know, our people in their natural state, without being wicked, you know, and we do anything.
Wherever Jake go, they enhance that place.
Yeah.
But the ways of wicked seduce them.
Kinda.
So lower down Jake's vibration.
Yup.
This is skipping down to verse 18 in Revelation 17 chapter. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
So this woman is a great city. Not a city like how we see it today, this little subdivision. This is talking about a country. Okay? Talking about America. The great city which reigneth over all the kings of the earth. So what country is on top of all the other countries in the world? You would have to say America. And when you're on top, you have great influence. You have a hegemony. Influence, you got power. You got, when you're on top, you got subjects. You got people above you. People under you. It's a lot of people. So now when we go back to Revelation 17:4.
Yep. Revelation chapter 17 verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
So now what Apostle John is seeing this woman, which he actually saw a woman, beautiful woman, and she has this cup. And in this cup, there's abominations, there's filthiness and fornication. Now, let's get Sirach 15 real quick. Sirach 15. 13.
Sirach 15 and 13. The Lord hateth all abominations, and they that fear Yahweh love it not.
So abominations is something that the Lord hates. And we know that in this cup it's filled with abominations. So abominations is something that the Lord hates. Let's get Proverbs 6 and 16.
Proverbs 6 and verse
And these
16. These 16 doth the Lord Yahweh hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look.
So a proud look, that's an abomination. Because it's one of the things that the Lord's hate. So this place puts out a proud look. Being very haughty. When people go and travel, when people that are from America and they go and travel to other countries, they have a prideful look. They say, I'm American. They push that I'm American vibe. I come from America, you know? And women from other countries, all you gotta say is you from America. That's it. You ain't gotta have no gold chain on. You ain't gotta have no clothes.
So you need.
You ain't gotta be fit. You ain't got to be over 6 foot. All you got to say is, I'm from America. They're going to hear your accent, and they're going to give you play all day. So, a proud look, right? That's what's in this cup. A proud look. Go ahead.
It says a lying tongue.
A lying tongue. Revelation 12 speaks about how Esau deceived the whole world through the philosophies of this place, which was in this cup. Philosophies. It's deception. It's deception or a lying tongue. Remember, equality. There's no equality here. There's an illusion of equality, but it's not equality here.
Losing the freedom.
Yeah. Here it is, a woman can get pregnant and have a child, but a man can't. So how can a man and a woman be equal? Here it is, a man can bust off seed, but a woman can catch the seed. There's no equality here.
It says a lying tongue. And hands that shed innocent blood.
Hands that shed innocent blood. When the Spanish conquistadors came here to the Americas, they came over here shed innocent blood. This place is built on innocent blood of the Native Americans, which is the Northern Kingdom.
Yeah.
That's how this place was established, by blood and iniquity and deception.
All built the city with blood.
Yep.
It says, and heart that devises wicked imagination.
A heart that devises wicked imagination. Was C19 a wicked imagination?
Corrupt conversation.
Like we were saying, the county system, Margaret Sanger and all that shit. Is that wasn't it a heart behind all that shit that imagined wicked things? Let's get a women incentives, financial incentives, council board, low income housing, EBT, these little different treats, but they can't have a man in the house. That was a mind behind that, devising evil things to separate the household, to separate family. That's what's in this cup.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, feet that be swift and running to mischief.
Feet that be swift to run into mischief. America is always sending humanitarian aid, humanitarian support to another country that has some type of catastrophic event happen to them, and then later on you found out, these motherfuckers, they didn't set up a military over here, they've been taking the resources,
No, they say that they set up a whole foundation where you donate all this money and somebody run off with all that money they just raised for Haiti.
Yeah.
Okay?
Just recently with Kamala Harris, over there with Uganda, her feet was swift with the $60 million check.
Yeah.
She was swift to commit mischief. She was like, look, if y'all change our laws, here go a check with $60,000. This place is swift to go to different areas in Mozambique in Africa. They heard it was some gold and natural resources over there. You heard America over there doing shit. Quick, the Haiti president that died like a year or so ago, a couple years ago. America was swift over there to go do some shit, and they doing mischief because they say when he's speaking fair, believe it not, because of 7 abominations in his heart.
The Clintons,
7 abominations right there.
Clintons went over there when they had that Haiti earthquake, I think it was, and everything got destroyed. I mean, it was a big one, real big one. They went over there, the Clintons went over there and got all that money. Raised up tons of money. They over there eating dirt patties, okay? But they raised up like billions and umpteen billions of dollars for that. Yeah, they probably used the harp to do it. So that's wicked.
Puerto Rico, remember when Hurricane Irma and all that was happening? We was out here. We was down there teaching during that time. Hurricane Irma, all that shit, and then in America, they ran their ass over there. And then the reports came out from the Puerto Ricans. They was like, it's water over there at the docks, but they not even letting us get it.
They had no electricity and shit.
They had no electricity for months. And there was a media blackout. They just stopped talking about it. People forgot about it.
Yeah, I remember it was a woman, she was secretly recording. She was like in the auditorium or something, but she was saying that it was a lot of like military troops. They was eating good and everything.
See?
But the people in the country, they wasn't eating like that.
See? Yep. Over there swiftly commit mischief.
Verse 19. A false witness that speaketh lies.
A false witness that speaketh lies. How many times do you hear on American media, oh, Ukraine, Russia is doing this to Ukraine, and we got to step over there, and we got to do this because it's not fair that what Russia is doing to Ukraine, and all that.
We got to give them another $13 billion.
We got to write them another $3 billion check. Meanwhile, us motherfuckers all up and down these streets, bug the hell out with zero money to their name. People in your front yard that need aid, but you getting in your car and you driving way the fuck over here and dropping some check off down the way.
Yeah.
It's people right there on your porch need food, man.
Wicked.
The scriptures talk about Jacob being the poor and the needy.
Yeah.
You got whole 10 cities out here.
Yeah.
And it's starting to, like, even you had Skid Row, they call that 10th city, but even now out where I'm at, you got tents popping up out there too, man.
Yeah, you starting to see more and more Edomites in that
Yeah.
situation.
San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been scared before. Bad. Trash all around. It's like a heap. It's like a ruinous heap of trash all on the streets.
Yep.
And no street sweeper come down there and nothing.
And then you'll see a Jake, like a couple of yards down, sleep on that same ground.
It says, and he that soweth discord among brothers.
Economic hitman.
Yep.
Economic hitman.
Yep.
Sowing discord amongst brothers.
Yep.
They go in there, cause little shit.
Cools.
Fools. Yep.
That reminds me of Esau. He did that with the tribes. You know, divide and conquer. Divide and conquer to really make our people believe that we're not the same people.
Yeah.
And why we live in the same neighborhood? You know, we all got the same story. Go to the same high schools.
Yeah.
You know, woman is pretty much the same way, just different language.
Yep. Yep. So these are things that the Lord hates, which is all in this cup. Abomination. Now the word abomination means very filthy and disgusting and detestable acts. All right? That's what abomination is. Certain foods that are abominations in the sight of the Lord. You know? Bestiality. Pedo. All right, now what's the next thing?
It says
Abominations, right?
yep, abominations and filthiness.
Filthiness. Now what is filthiness? Filthiness is something that's unclean. Right? What's another word for unclean? Impurity, immorality, decadence, degradation, unrighteous, detestable. So these are things that's in this cup that America has, and they use it to influence other nations to get these acts committed or done in their countries. What's the next one?
And filthiness for fornication.
Fornication. Fornication is another word for adultery. So this place pushed idolatry, and then idolatry too, idol worship.
Idolatry, yeah.
Idolatry. So it pushes that, you know, because with feminism, you have adultery. It's kind of hand in hand. Because you can have a married woman that's in a relationship that get enticed by her homegirl that's a feminist, living this feminist life. She becomes unhappy in her marriage, gets the divorce, and now she becomes a feminist overnight. And then she's sleeping around with this guy, that guy. I'm free, I'm liberated. You know, I can go have a one-night stand with a guy at the bar if I want to. Or I can dress provocative if I want to. I have liberty to do that if I want to.
And in this country, they still be married according to Esau to their husbands.
Yeah.
They just be separated.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
They still married.
And even Yahweh Shah said that in Matthew 19, if a woman sleeps with another man while her husband living, the adultery See?
Yep.
That's according to the law.
Yeah. And then like we were saying, amongst the abominations and filthiness of our fornication, Esau, he pushes policies amongst them. You know, like we was going into those things that the Lord hates. A lot of the policies that America prides itself on is is the stuff that the Lord hates. There's certain policies that give them rights to another country if they're not dealing with their people right. You know, you swift to go and commit mischief, and then you go over there and you set up a bank, you put these people in debt. You know, you go and you figure out it's gold over. It's oil, natural resources.
Yep.
You go over there, you sign some policies, some legislations or some decrees, and you go over there in the name of American military.
And get the resources at a fraction of their value.
Yeah.
So they're not even being righteous in that.
Because that's how it was with Venezuela. Venezuela was thriving, and all the people in Venezuela, they were doing great. Until America found out that there was all this gold over there, and then they signed policies and set up leaders and puppet leaders to get over there, and then they got in the mix, and now we know Venezuela to be a damn slums, man.
That's what we saw too. He could go to one spot, he sucks it dry, and move to the next one. So the scriptures call him vagabond.
Yep. And when C-19 hit, it so-called started over there in China, but when it came here, it was a global thing. Because really, here is where they really wanted it to crack off. You feel me? And they was able to push worldwide policies, worldwide legislation. You know, certain countries couldn't even fly into here. You couldn't even fly to certain countries. You know, C-19 taught us a lot about the influence of America.
Well, they knew that this was the Green Bay tree.
Yeah.
See, once you put it here, it was all over, you know,
Yep.
It covered the whole world.
So America has this great influence, man. That's the woman that you read about. And all those influences sums up to be wickedness. Can we get back to
Yeah. Proverbs 17:15. He that justify the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. So by Esau, making these laws, legislations to justify the wicked, that's wrong.
Yes.
Because you're born in a penny degenerate culture of ours.
And that's that wickedness that exceedingly polluted the earth, because you see America's influences all in these other countries, man. There was a brother, Ayashamat, from Mississippi. Yeah, he was playing a video this morning going into how the 10 cities that are big with the alphabet community. They had Japan, Philippines on there, Thailand on there, of course America was on there, in different places. So this place has that great influence. So if this is the hub of wickedness, and we know that this place has that influence, we understand what the Lord was saying here in 2 Ezra 15. Wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole world, or earth. It's through this place, because this is the mother of harlots. Mother meaning the origin, you know.
2 Ezra 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Yeah, so this place that push out all these perverseness and lewd acts, wickedness. And now these people, it's gonna come a time where, you know how you eating at a restaurant, you didn't enjoy swallowing down your food, you didn't got 5-6 refills. You know what I mean? They was bringing out that bread with the butter. You kept asking, can we get some more bread? Get some more bread and butter? I need a little more water. You know, I want some dessert now. But there come a time where that waiter come and bring that check. You know, that waiter would be like, and you get to looking at that motherfucker and you be like, man, what? I didn't order that. Yes, the fuck you did. You just ate it. You got it.
The second Esdras 9 and 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highs will begin to visit the world which he made.
Yeah, so it's speaking about seeing these signs. When thou seest the signs. So there's going to be particular things that we're going to see, which that shows you in itself that this is a book for the prophets, because the prophets in foretime were known as seers. He is now known today as a prophet, was a foretime known as a seer. So the Lord is going to have the prophets seeing things, and it's the prophecies coming to pass. Oh shit, the Lord did say, oh wow, that's prophecy. Oh, we in this particular time, you know? So where you call is getting in 2 Esdras 15, it says wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth. We're seeing high levels of wickedness all over the place, man. And it's the beginning of sorrows.
That's what he saw promote a lot of these wickedness on, these social media platforms like Instagram, especially TikTok. These heathens that have homes around the world, they see that and they start committing some actions. Second Esdras 15 verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Which is the prophets. The prophets are the Lord's mouthpiece. The Lord is no longer hold his tongue anymore. The Lord is no longer holding his tongue anymore. He's now pushing the prophets out on the highways and the byways, and he's having them blow the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in the holy mountain. He has them lifting up their voices like a trumpet and showing Jacob their transgression and Israel their sins. He's letting these people know.
Hosea chapter 10 verse 1.
12 and 2.
12, like it. Hosea chapter 12 verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
So the prophets is the Lord's tongue. It's his mouth.
It says, 2 Esdras 15 and 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
As touching their wickedness. So he's not going to hold his tongue no more in regards to the wickedness that they doing.
That's done.
So he's going to have the prophets out telling these people where they going off at. Hey, you ain't supposed to do this, you ain't supposed to be doing that, you ain't supposed to eat that, you know? Okay, this is how you worship the Lord in sincerity and truth. Okay, you come out and you present your bodies as a living sacrifice. You know, grow your beard. Don't eat pork. You know, be a man.
It says, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
See, the Lord ain't going to suffer these people in the things that they wickedly exercise in themselves. Suffer meaning allow. We're entering into the time where people is going to be getting judged, strange calamities for the shit that they done. If they ain't repent.
It says, behold, the innocent and righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
So that's twofold. That's talking about those who were in the truth and they died. You know, they go back before the presence of the Lord and they cry earnestly for the Lord to bring destruction. But that's also talking about us on the other side, because we're sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. We sigh because of the oppressor, and we sending up our prayers daily. The Lord is hearing it. And those prayers are like incense burning off the incense altar. Because there's a temple in the heavens, man. Incense.
Verse 9. And therefore says the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Now let's see who is going to get avenged. Let's get Revelation 18:20. So it says that I will surely avenge them. And the ones that the Lord is going to avenge is crying. They have a cry, man. They not just settled on their leaves with their feet kicked up. They're voicing something. They have a testimony of Yahweh.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets.
So the holy apostles and prophets is going to rejoice over this woman that get destroyed. Because in Revelation 18, it speaks about this woman, which we were talking about. This woman is Babylon the great city. Revelation 18 goes into the destruction of this place. And the brother is reading that the holy apostles and prophets is going to rejoice.
Yep. It says, for Yahweh hath avenged you on her.
So the elect, starting off with the holy apostles and prophets, because you got the 1/3 men, women, and children that will receive salvation in the coming destruction of America. Because y'all know America gonna get destroyed. There's gonna be a lot of racial tension out here. The grocery stores, no food. Your job, your employer's gonna fire you. A lot of people gonna be homeless. A lot of people's gonna suffer a lot of peril. A lot of women is gonna get raped. Children is gonna get destroyed. It's all in end time prophecy. And if you don't get repent, you and your family gonna get caught up in it. You're not gonna have a hedge of protection. You're not gonna have a safety net. We out here to proclaim the safety net for the children of Israel. The Israelites, the people you read about in the Bible, are people that look like me and you. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shai. There's going to be a mark of the beast that comes, which is an implantable chip. Your credit cards, your cash, your money, the money you got hid under your mattress, it's gonna be obsolete. The only way you're gonna be able to buy and sell is with that. And you see, they just laugh it off. But going back to the title,
No cloak.
when the Lord spake, none did hear.
Yeah.
And it says, rejoice over her that thou heaven and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh hath avenged you on her. Now I'm going to get Luke 18:7. It says, and shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth.
Yahweh Shai is looking for faith. And that faith will be in the mouths of them that had a testimony. It says, shall he not avenge them that cry unto me day and night? This is a part of that crying right here. Okay, that's not just talking about you sitting at the edge of your bed with your hands up and you saying, you crying. These videos is us sighing and crying, man. It consists of sighing and crying. That's a part of it.
It's relative to the damsel that got ravished out
Yeah,
of
right.
it.
Yeah.
While she was out and about. Yeah.
You have the sit downs, the street speaking. Why do you think the apostles put the vibration of doing your videos? This is a part of that crying.
You know, cry out, guilty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get destroyed.
Apostle Paul said spoke about the law of faith in Romans 3:27. Whereas boasting it is excluded by what law? A works? Nay, but the law of faith.
Yeah.
So we justify by faith, not by works. Now we do show forth our works to, because the scriptures say that faith without works is dead.
See, where it says works, when you reading that was the works of the law.
Yeah.
Because you had Israelites, thinking that just by keeping the laws, we was good. Because what the law couldn't do, Yahweh Shai perfected when he came on the scene by pushing the vibration of faith. Yet, you hear many accounts of Yahweh Shai saying, oh, if only you would believe, it was your faith that made you whole. It was this that made you whole. And if you believe, and they're like, well, what the centurion say? Oh, I know you, hey master, I know you a great man. Just speak the word. Just speak the word. And when he went back home, his servant was healed, and he inquired about what hour that he. About what time did he start feeling good? He was like, shit, it was around 2 o'clock. Oh, yep, that was around the time I was over there with y'all. Yep.
Now I show you my faith by my works.
Hey, when you get into these stories, man, it's Jake.
Right, yeah,
It's Jake, man.
it's like you said, when you separate in the stories, you gotta think how we are today.
Yeah.
You know?
Same way, but just in a different language.
Yeah, different language.
Because our spirits
Still
is,
here.
is everlasting. It's from the beginning.
Yeah.
Which, if you can receive it, reincarnation is biblical. It's just we're in a different kingdom. You know, we've always been this way, but we're just in a different. You know, we're in a different incarnation. We're in a different body. You believe in reincarnation, buddy? Yeah. So we're in a different. We're in a different time. We're in the latter days. We in Babylon. We speak the Babylon tongue. Right? But our spirit, if we're the prophets, because we believe we are through faith, is subject unto the prophets. So we've always did this. That's why, you know, when you first come out, it's kind of like, it's different because nobody never told you about it. You know, some brothers didn't know about highways and the byways teaching until they came across, the elders and apostles. You know. So when you first get introduced to something, it's kind of like, but it'd be a spirit on you, like, man, look, I'm doing this, man. But then after time, you get so used to it. Why? Because this is if you can receive it, you've done this, so long.
Because the spirit of the prophet is subject
to the prophet. Yeah.
There you go.
When you go out, when you first go out, you may be timid. Or even when you go to a new location, you may be timid. Like, you're not scared to teach the word, but it's just, it's different. But then once you start speaking, you come out.
The spirit just takes over.
And you get them faith boosts to start seeing what you're saying.
Even athletes and singers.
Yeah.
They get to singing when they 2 years old. It's like it's just second nature to them. Michael Jackson, you look at them old videos, he's 4 years old, 5-year-old, got the routine down there. It's like, damn.
This is
He still was nice. In 2002, the last album, still was nice.
Isaiah 28:11. For with stammering lips, another tongue, will he speak to this people.
Oh, man, that's good.
For it says, to whom he said, this is the rest, wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest.
Which is his truth. And it says stammering lips. That's not talking about you stutter. Which bros, some bros are eloquent, some bros are not. You know what I mean? That still doesn't negate the message. The message still comes out. But stammering lips, just when you go into it, it's a buffoonery, which is you're gonna hear some jokes out here. We're gonna tell a couple of jokes. We're gonna laugh too.
They be naturally funny.
Yeah, we standing stiffly for the names of the Lord and in boldness through the Spirit, but we also lighten the load up by laughing and telling jokes too.
Right.
Because it's balanced. And then it says another tongue, so we speaking in another tongue, but we do open the videos in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. We do call on the names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Right? And then he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may call the weary to rest. Okay? Normally this message resonate with a Jake that's been beat down by the system. Oh yeah, he good.
This is Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh, is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Yeah, Yahweh he brought that out. He closed the book. And but you see the state and condition that the people are in, and those people is to whom this gospel is preached to. People who have went through certain things, man. Because if you rich in this world, the Kanye West, all these athletes, they know. You don't think they got you don't think these athletes got little backup side phones with the group chats with their other famous buddies? Yeah. Here go a pistol. Hey, I've been watching these dudes. Here go the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Y'all should check them out. Y'all know about the Israelite thing. Oh yeah, I know Apostle Tahor. Oh yeah, that little Apostle Rama. You don't think they got little burner phones
Yeah.
that they talk to and communicate on? And WhatsApp, where they doing a sports betting. Hey, I ain't gonna put too much points up this game because from the data that such and such sent me, if I don't score as much, I can win a lot of money on the side. So I think about halftime, I'm gonna get a little fake injury. You don't think they talk like that on old little flip phones, little side burner flip phones? They do that, man. They know in those contracts, they can't push the vibration of moving overseas.
Nope.
They can't push the vibration of living in the other country and not living here. You know? They don't push the vibration. They talk about dealing with foreign women, but they talk about dealing with foreign women over here. They don't talk about moving to another country and really living over there and saying, fuck this place. They don't push that. In them contracts, they gotta stay their ass right over here. And if they do travel out the country, they gotta bring that ass right back.
That's the price of giving your soul up to Esau Edom. You know, like the brother said, you under that contract, you gotta abide by that contract. It's like us, you know, the Lord basically made a contract with Israel to abide for us to abide in His laws, statutes, and commandments. And why are we in the situation that we in? Because we broke that. It's the same thing with you athletes. Y'all take that purse. Esau give you that contract. You gotta change your hair blonde. You know, you gotta be at this photo shoot. You gotta be, you know, you're basically a slave, man. You know, which all of us is still slaves. We employees, but we not on that level. So where we gotta answer to this man and change our appearance and wear what he wants us to wear, man. You know.
And I haven't looked it up, but contract, when you look at that word, it sounds like it's a compound word. You got con, which is with, and track, which is to follow.
Right.
So with following. So you sign these contracts, they gonna follow your ass, man. And that's what happens. You know, they know your moves, they know where your money at. You know, there's certain shit you can't do with the community. Matthew 19, maybe something like that.
Isaiah 28 and verse 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled.
That's them contracts.
And your agreement with hell shall not stand.
Because Esau is as death and hell when you read in Habakkuk, right? So he's all about pushing these low and hellish conditions. So when you make your covenant with death and hell, when you make these agreements with Esau in efforts to not be caught up like all the other Israelites that's gonna get destroyed and finessing the seed.
When the overflowing spoil shall pass through,
The judgment, right?
then you shall be trodden down by it.
Yeah, so you gonna get destroyed too. So here it is, you thinking oh man, I'm rich in this world. I'm rubbing elbows with Warren Buffett. You know? Oh, I gotta, because with these celebrities, they phone, high-ranking elites just text them. You know, people of high-ranking, you know, politicians and shit, they'll text them. Don't even know. I'm such and such. I need you over here this weekend. If not them directly, then they little
Concierges.
yeah, they little right-hand mans and shit. You know, they publicists and all that. Oh, you have a meeting with the mayor of Tennessee.
Yep.
You know, he's demanding you to be here at this day. They got a bid. That's all that shit is in them contracts, man. Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Right now.
What's up, brother?
See you, bro. Good to see y'all too, man.
All right.
Minute.
That's right.
Yeah, that was definitely. Hey, we had a good meeting.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I only had the dog for a couple weeks.
Oh man, beautiful. Take care of her, man. All right now.
Already.
that was
Oh, that might be well, you got it, Carl. Let me find this one.
yeah, so, the contracts, man, you a slave to the contract. There's always a fine print in the contract that you don't read. If we get fine prints in the contract to work these jobs, how much more for these celebrities when they sign music contracts? You know? You have to be at the meeting at a certain mark. Whenever we call, you gotta be there.
Yep.
That's why they always be looking all tired and stuff. I always be black. Wearing black glasses all the time.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they get to sleep.
they be on call for them elites, yeah.
And that's why you hear rappers say, I was happier when I was broke.
Yep.
You know?
Because we have freedom. We got, I mean, we may not have riches and all that, but like me and Ron Mafia speaking of, we live the same life, but they just got money. We still able to go where we want to. You know, if you want to go somewhere, you can go within your means, right? You can go where we want to. You know, we want to go to camp, grocery store, and to the beach, to the park. We can go where we want to. We can eat what we want. Bro just said he got him 2 steaks. You know? Buy you a woman if you want to. Buy you clothes or whatever. You know, it's just that they do it on a higher level than us. They do it on a higher level. See, when we take our little 30-minute drive to the beach, they get on a plane and go to some exotic beach somewhere else. You know?
Yep.
So we live the same life, but it's just on a higher level. We deal with one woman, they deal with multiple. We still dealing with women. You know? But they shit come with burdens.
Yep. They bound by contractual agreements.
They shit bound with burdens and obligations. And you have to do this. There's no way I can get out of it. Nope. Just like how the Mosai was with Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh Shai prayed, he was like, is there another way?
Nope.
Lord didn't even answer. So best believe when these jakes that sold out and they be trying to negotiate, them elites don't even be answering. Nope, you gotta do this. Nope. Your mom? Nope. You gotta do it. I don't give a damn if it's your mom. You gotta do it. Oh, that's your cousin you grew up with? Oh well, we want his blood. Oh, that child you got? That's ours.
They gotta appease those spirits that's on the left hand side in order to keep. You gotta appease them in order to keep your stuff going, and they tell you how to appease them. They get word from them spirits on the left hand side, and the spirit tell them, well, you gotta take. If he really want this, you gotta take his mom out. You know, he gotta take his, you know, like Jay-Z and them, man.
Kanye just came out and said that.
Straight up.
They took straight face. They took my mom.
Yeah.
He said it.
Yeah.
They sacrificed my mom. They said it. That was straight out the horse mouth, as the saying goes. You ain't gonna believe him?
Right.
And he had everything. That's the man I had everything. He had the, so-called baddest bitch in the game, Kim Kardashian.
Still couldn't keep her. I'm telling you, we deal with the same shit. They just deal with it on a higher level. All these athletes that's married, they all got relationship problems. You know? Oh, I don't like how when we go out, we can't never just sit down and talk somewhere. It's always somebody coming up, taking a picture of us, Kyrie. There's always somebody taking a picture of us. What's the other light skin again? Not D-Rose.
Curry.
Yes, it's always, we always gotta, when we come out, we gotta hurry up and race home, and we gotta make sure we always got security around us. We can't never have a long time. We just got security around. Like, damn.
They gotta make them reality shows where they all up in your business
And
all
that's
day.
to keep them women busy.
Yeah.
Put you on a reality TV show.
Housewives. The housewives
in
or
LA,
whatever.
we get you.
Yeah.
How you complain about having security around you every day? That's royal. Carl, if I had security around me all day, I'd make sure they fed, take care of them. I wouldn't be harsh to them. I'd be cool with them, you know.
God makes you protect you.
Yeah.
You read Solomon, Song of Solomon. It talks about how Solomon had outside of his bedchambers 30 valiant men for the terror of the night, which is symbolic, you know. But you know, hey, like the brother said, you know, certain men you have bodyguards, man. You feel protected. You have men that's beside you.
And they,
you know?
Lord, man, they out there all night standing on their watch.
Yep.
Ready at the king's commandment.
Standing at the ready.
Oh, king.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm done on Thor. Remember the dude on Thor? Or just other players. He was always on his watch. He was a gatekeeper, you know?
I was watching Queen Charlotte on Netflix. And you know, it's from it's a period piece.
What's the period?
Huh?
What's the period?
During like Europe, she was a queen of Germany or some shit like that. She ended up marrying George, another king or whatever. But the costumes and the visuals, and then you see how like the king, he had a right hand. Everywhere you go, he was a few steps behind the king. You know, like when you watch the series, she even told him when she first got married to the king gave her everything, a palace, guards, you know, all this shit. So she was getting accustomed to that royal life. And she turned around, she's like, why are you following me? Oh, well, it's part of the custom.
Yeah.
That I'll stay 5 steps behind you at all times. Motherfuckers, while she's sleeping there's people just behind, in front of her door, just sleeping. That was their job. She had like 5 mighty men, soldiers. She had cooks, handmaids, all this. She give you visuals of all that, man. I can't wait till we get back to that.
Like Joab and David.
Yep.
Even though Joab was supposed to kill Absalom, King David told him not to, but Joab was basically like King David's right-hand man, and he was always down for him, man. You know? This is Matthew 16, and I'm going to start at 24. Verse 24, then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Yeah, because following after Yahushua or being in the truth, it's not about you. You know? It's not about you and what you got going on. It's about the work. It's about following the Lamb whithersoever he goeth, and keeping his commands, going out teaching, so on and so forth. Now you do have a life, you know. That's why it says carry your burden. Which the burden consists of afflictions and you know your different trials and tribulations. You know, you may have marriage problems, you may have relationship problems, you may have, you know, baby mama problems, kid problems, job problems, health problems. You know, that's a part of your burden, that's a part of your cross. Which whether you in the truth or not, in this system, you carrying a cross.
Yep.
Whether you in the truth or not. Yep. So you might as well come in the truth and carry your cross.
You know?
At least by being in the truth, you have wisdom and knowledge that will keep you stable in these times where you're carrying your cross. Because the nigga in the world that's without Yahushua, the cross he carrying, I don't know why all this shit happening to me. Oh man, this system just hate black people. I wonder why. Why is there so much racism? Man. Why these jobs don't fuck with me? You know? At
least in the truth, you have an opportunity to store up treasures.
Why is my woman a hoe, man?
Yeah.
You know?
Harder than the city.
Yeah. Yeah, see, we got the comforter.
Yeah.
The benefits of the comforter, we know these things. And then when we encounter in our walk, as we carrying our cross, when we encounter tribulations, we respond to them differently because we have the scripts. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that fear the Lord understand all things. And we understand it through the comforter, which is the spirit of truth, which the world cannot receive. So when we go through certain things, it's like, all right, hey, all right.
You ain't just accept the loss.
Yeah, you adapt quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it hits you, but you can adapt. We're able to adapt to tribulation and afflictions quicker than somebody that don't. Way quicker. Because, you know, we in the flesh, your flesh is like, but then you be like, all right. And then, well, Yahweh Shai did say you got to carry the cross.
Because Jake would take matters in his own hands and lead to them getting into a more fucked up situation.
In prison, yeah.
If they would have just applied the word, then, you know, yeah, it would hurt you, but you applied the word, then you moved on.
Yeah, the shit that we go through, if we didn't have Yahweh Shai or the hedge of protection or the comforter, we would be in jail.
Yep.
Straight up, we would be in jail. Or bugged out somewhere, dead somewhere. If we didn't have the truth, I promise you, if we didn't have Yahweh Shai, the truth, the knowledge, the wisdom, and this understanding, we will be either in jail, dead, or bugged the fuck out. Period. Or under. Just you getting tossed to and fro by a woman, man. Getting done. I promise you that. If you not in the truth, you going through some crazy shit. Like life-threatening drugs. You on some drug shit. That's your, because a man has to have some type of comforter. Yep. You need some type of comforter, man. Which our comforter is the truth, but then you have people that's bowling Wednesday and Thursday with the bowling league. That's their comforter. The motorcycle. You know, you work real hard, and then, you know, on Sunday I come out, I wax my motorcycle down, and I wax my helmet, and I go in the mountains, and I go on my motorcycle, and I'm, you know, some people they going out clubbing every week. The bottle, drugs,
They're seeking vices.
gambling. You know, my hands itching to shake the dice. You know, gambling.
Horses and shit.
Playing, you know, sports.
Sports,
You know, sport, boom, playing sports. Some people comforter, believe it or not, is weakness.
Yep.
Oh, the gym. I mean, bros do got, you know, gyms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about. People that's they just gym rats. That's, you know. What's some other things Jake uses comforters?
Yeah, they get that.
It's the video games, which that's not bad. Gym, video games. You know, we're talking about stuff that'll lead you to darkness.
Oh.
And social media, man. You could be a person that's social media shit.
Taking selfies and shit all
That's
day.
selfies, status, selfies, live.
Like. Subscribe. Hits and clicks. So
Like the Lord could have had you on that shit, or you could have been, you know, I like being on boats. I just be in the seas.
You could have been 8-year college,
man.
trying to get, you know,
Doctorate, master,
engineer, you know.
Oh, the job, man. You could be on that. I work 6 days a week, 12 hours.
Yep.
You meet people like that. That's all it. The scriptures talk about. You talking about the oxen and this and that. And it said that niggas like that will never get wisdom.
Nope.
Them niggas that's always at work and let's get that bro. Them type of cats would never. I'm just 24/7, just grinding work.
I'm on my grind.
I'm on my grind work. Them niggas will never get wisdom.
You'll be too tired.
Yeah, it's like Ciroc 40 something. I fucked around and worked out with ass and it was on mistake. Yeah, that's all you. How should I say with bread and water and raiment, be there with content. You know, you basic necessities, man. You work, you bending over backwards, you laboring all this shit just for them to take more taxes from you. That extra $200 is not worth that extra day of work.
Servitude. Homeborn.
Oh, Ecclesiastes 38, 24.
It's Sirach 38 and 24. The wisdom of a learned.
Oh, it came back. I don't know why it's doing that. It's good. We got 15 minutes. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
Sirach 38 and verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
Leisure just means to read, study. So that's how you get your wisdom. You got to make sure you separating time to really get into the scripts. You don't want to have that attitude of I'm just doing it on the fly. You know, I got 2 minutes. Let me read a chapter real quick. You want to really sit down and really dedicate time to studying and learning and getting into the scripts.
He that have little business shall become wise.
He that have little business shall become wise. You know, you don't got a lot of shit going on. You'll become wise like that. Now it's gonna tell you about the man that's plowing and shit.
It says verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow?
That's work. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow? He's working. Go ahead.
And that glorieth in the gold.
Glorious in the gold. He's talking about the shit at work. You know, his craft. And he at work. And yeah, you hear the people. Yeah, man. You know, I was working and then I had to do the frame working on this thing. And man, you know, my frame working. You know, over the years it's gotten better. You know, and then when I put the nails in it, I hit it this way. And then I shave off this side right here. And then when you put it in, you gotta like angle it from the side and put it in. And then when you gotta wax it, them type of niggas.
Man.
It's all into that life. Go ahead.
It said that driveth oxen and is occupied in their labors.
Driving oxen, just talking about like a farmer. He got the oxen, he occupied in labor. He out there, he looking at it, perfecting his shit.
Says, and whose talk is a bullock.
And whose talks is bullocks. If you're a farmer, you talking about, yeah, I got some bulls on the way, you know, I need some more bulls. My bulls is mating, you know what I mean? I got some cows coming in, I got my sheep over here, then I got my little farm, I got my little collard greens growing, I got tomatoes over there, I got like Naboth. God like Naboth. Great example. Naboth, he was all about that money, man. He was all about that money, and he was foolish. He had great riches and substance and a beautiful woman. He had servants and all this shit. Then he secretly hated David. Who's this David? There's so many new people around here these days. I can't keep up with everybody. I work too much. I can't keep up with all that shit. I can't work. I don't know David. Yeah, he probably living in the hills somewhere.
Oh, his name was
Nabal, yeah, which means fool.
Says, verse 26, he give and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks. He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kind fodder.
So what it's saying, and you know, to sum up what it's saying, all he talk about is work. All he talk about is work and how his shit going and work. You don't even want to hang out with nobody like bro. Like, you know how you hang out with somebody after work? Hey, let's go get a beer, bro. You know, after work. You get there and the nigga talking about, well, let me tell you what happened when I first got to work. Like, man, look.
Yeah, because a lot of jakes, they work they love working so much that they work life interferes with their personal life.
Their personal life, kind of.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you just work a hobby.
Fuck that, man.
You know, too, it's like, you know, like I know how you brothers are. We keep work at work.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? We come home, we don't even want to hear about work ourselves.
And that's why I couldn't be no supervisor and shit like that. When I leave work,
That's it.
that's it. Don't call me on my phone. Oh, we need you to come back. No.
Hell no.
Oh, we need you to come work your off. No, fuck that.
There, do my eight.
Yeah. Like, you know, I used to take the work truck home and all that shit, but I got to a point where I was like, look, The work truck, the tools, the little gadgets and shit, leave all that shit up there. I'm not taking none of this shit home. The work phone, I'm not taking none of that. Don't call me. Because when I call off, because when you will call off, you know what they'll do? Let me pull up this work truck. I was in the office when the nigga called off, the manager pulled the work truck up on the GPS. Okay. He ain't moved. Or somebody late, they pull the shit up. Oh, he haven't even left the house yet. Fuck that. I'ma drive my own shit to work. I'll get there when I get there. You know, they know looking at me. Let me check his call records. I got pulled up on some shit like that before. Oh, I saw you made a 30-minute call to somebody at 9 p.m.
So every carpenter and workmaster that labors night and day.
So that every workman and carpet master. So this is a behavior trait of laborers.
And they that cut and grave seals and are diligent to make great variety and give themselves to counterfeit imagery and watch to finish the work. The smith also sits by the anvil.
Anvil's that little thing.
Yeah.
It says, and considering the iron work.
Yeah, he making shit, he looking at it, he's considering the work. That's good. I'm not nice.
It says the vapor of the fire wasted his flesh.
Oh yeah, because he just sitting up working in that heat. So he get little burns and shit, you know. All that hard work is showing up on. Cause you working with fire and heat, you gonna get like you wear gloves and shit.
Well,
Little burns and shit.
It says, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace, the noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears.
Oh, so over time that shit fuck up your hearing. Clink, 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 clink. You smell the smoke. So that smoke, you inhaling that shit, you know. You inhaling different toxins because you burning certain metals and shit. You inhaling that shit in your body, that's just fucking you up.
So the noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon a pattern of the things that he makes.
So he's focused.
He set up his mind to finish his work and watches to polish it perfectly. So does the potter sitting at his work, turning the wheel by his feet, who is always carefully set at his work and maketh all his work by number. He fashioned the clay with his arm and bowed down his strength before
Legion.
his feet. He applies himself to lead her over, and he is diligent to make clean the furnace. All these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited.
Now with balance, you need people that have skills and craftsmanship and specific in certain fields of work, whether it's carpentry, masonry, laying floors, carving certain things in buildings, overlaying shit in gold, making houses and structural buildings and stuff. You need that. So Lord got men that have those certain lots. But then you have the lot of the prophets where their life is this. They're building, this is their building, teaching and putting the precepts together and edifying and perfecting their craft and teaching and, making it to where it's easily understood. That will be our lot. But that's not to say that in a society you don't need these type of people. But the hard-working, laborious man that this was talking about, that's not who the Lord is dealing with as far as getting this message out. But they are needed though.
And they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. They shall not be sought for in public council.
See, these people that work hard as hell, they're not sought for in public council. You don't go, oh man, we got some there's judgment that need to go out. We got to figure out, how can we get our city in order? It's a lot of uproar and chaos. Let's go to the carpenters. You feel me? Let's go to the Masons. You gonna go to the prophets, man.
Yeah.
You going to the prophets, you going to the wise men.
Yeah.
You know, you going to the judges at the gates.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, you're not going to the nigga on the anvil. You know?
It was just like that movie 300.
Yeah.
Leonidas was
Right,
asking
time.
the other dudes in the army. He was like, okay, what's your profession? Dude was like,
Blacksmith.
I'm a blacksmith.
The
I'm a
Spartans.
blacksmith.
And they were, oh,
Yeah.
that's all we do.
Yeah, and then Leonidas said, we are warriors. We was
That's right.
bred warriors.
That's all we do.
I've been a warrior since I was a youth, since I came out the womb.
He asked that dude, what do you do? He said, oh, I'm a poet.
Poet. Get out of here, man.
That dude, he was deformed. What was his
Oh
name?
yeah, the fucking Notre Dame dude.
Yeah, right. The hunchback.
Yeah, when he picked the sword up, he was he barely picked that motherfucker
You
up.
got to be able to hold that shield up, man. You defend that whole line with that shield, bro.
But that's just like the truth too, you know.
Yeah.
One little, you know, like the scripture say, a little leaven at the whole lump. You know, he told me he had a nice thrust, but you know, they would have been able to get penetrated because he could hold that shit.
Right.
Because it's about the next man.
Exactly.
It says, they shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation.
See, they're not going to sit high in the congregation, meaning they're not going to be prophets. Because Ecclesiastes 25, it says, there is none above him that feareth the Lord. So the men of the Lord, the prophets, the apostles, they're on a high level. That's why Apostle Harn said this week, he said, you don't want to be calling yourself general, you don't want to be calling yourself priest. You either want to be calling yourself a prophet or an apostle.
That's it.
Because like the brother read in Revelation 18 and 20, that's who the Lord coming to save. The holy apostles and prophets.
Right.
You know, I mean, we, amongst ourselves, we may call it, priests, whatever. But where somebody come and ask us, we're the prophets. Lord willing, we ain't going to the people. But we believe that we're the prophets. We got to say that with faith and believe it. We got a couple of minutes still.
It says, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sense of the judgment.
So they're not going to understand the scripts. Hold on. They're not going to understand the script. They're not going to sit in a position of judgment. They're not going to be high amongst the congregation. You're just workers, man. You're just slaves.
That's it.
They cannot declare justice and judgment.
They can't declare justice and judgment. They can't tell you what's right or wrong.
It says, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken.
Oh, they ain't gonna be in the scripts. They're not gonna understand them.
Nope.
But they will maintain in the state of the world. All their desire is in the work of their craft.
Yeah, so their whole life revolve around work.
Yeah.
So knowing that, you're not going to really, that's why Scripture say they love not their lives unto death, because we don't have that. If we're the prophets and we endure to the end, we don't have that hard worker, laboring spirit. I mean, bros do what they got to do, but we have something else that we put all our energy into.
Another agenda.
So that same guy you're working out for 15 plus years, 10 plus years, probably
Let you go, yeah.
You know?
When I was working before, and I'm not trying to be over righteous or nothing, but man, I would wake up in the morning before work. In between jobs, I would watch videos. Doing jobs, I would watch videos, lunch, videos, lessons, while I was at work, because that's what I really wanted to do. But I know I had to do that too. But, you're going to be more toward, and it wasn't even trying to be like on some old righteous stuff. It was just, that's what I enjoy doing. That's what I like doing,
Because the things that you may have glorified the Lord once you come into, it's like you don't have that passion for it.
Yeah.
Like I know what you're talking about. Like now when I play basketball, it's like it's not the same. Like
Right.
I don't got that drive no more.
Yeah.
That's the old. I'm not like that.
And now we do balance it. You know, we try to bring balance to the things that we say because we got new listeners. Now, if you do have a job that you really enjoy doing and you're really good at it, that's cool, you know. But just remember, if you get all super deep into it and you passionate about it and that's all you think about, you ain't gonna get these scripts because you're gonna be putting more time into that. And then also, bros play the game, sports, boxing, gym, outdoors. I like outdoors. I'm always doing hikes and shit. I'm in the mountains somewhere.
Brothers in the camps play instruments.
Brothers in the camps play instruments. You know, some brothers may even rap a little bit, sing a little bit. You know, comedians. So we do have our identity outside the truth, but the truth is our priority. You know, so we will say that. So because we're not just at the house, just in the books. You know, bros like to sit back, chill, throw their feet up, sip some yaya, some strong drink, some liquor.
Yeah, like we ain't no monks.
Yeah. We deal with women, we pop with women, send them on their way. We barbecue, bros know how to cook, barbecue. You know, get on this, make some shit up, all kind of stuff. So, like the bro said, we not monks. Bros like to put their clothes on, go out, you know, smell good.
So some brothers into
Fragrances, oils, lotion, you know, jewelry. Some brothers make. This brother make jewelry.
We use the world, but we don't abuse it.
Yeah. Some brothers even travel. Not like overseas, but you may go to another state somewhere.
Experience.
You know, see certain things. Take a road trip. Bros do stuff. This is not a cult. This is not a cult which cult just means culture, right? It's not a bad thing. But this is not a cult like what they think it is of the world, whereas, you know, we don't have no life. Bros got children, you know?
So they judge from the outside looking in. They don't judge the whole matter. Now, I wonder what those guys do when they're not. I wonder what those guys do when they're not teaching. Or they just
hell no. Bros be on the phone laughing. Bros be on the game chat. You know, we all be on the game chat. We be on the game chat. I mean, we'll talk about the scripts, but we be talking about other stuff. And bros got different personalities too. Every bro is in a carbon copy of another brother.
We all spirits.
You know, even when we play the game, bros, he got his game, he play. You got your game, you play. Wanathan got his game, Shakam got his game, Rama play. But sometimes we play games together. But bros got their own little identity, man. Animals, pets, dogs, birds, lizards, snakes.
Some bros in planting.
Plants. Yeah.
Let me plant. Let me see if I can plant this. You know, this is truth. It expands your mind.
Yeah. You have no limitations.
You know, when you was in the world, you mainly, you know, everybody always tell you to focus on school. There's other things out here other than going to a goddamn 4-year college, man. All right, you can go get a trade. You can go get a trade and you can work on their car.
Yeah.
That could be their little hobby. You know, I'm gonna put this on my car, figure it out. And you can make money on the side of it. Like the bro said, brothers ain't just no, you know, we just 24/7. You know?
He's at the house, just standing post. Wait till
Standing post.
Yeah. And bros know how to act in public. You know what I mean? We be in Basra, Edomite areas. You know what I mean? We be in different areas, different settings, and we know how to act in public.
Yeah, we ain't. Oh, they're going to Edomite, brother. I hate them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know, blowing up the store. Oh, brother, I hate these. Look, man, we don't even mind this world, man. We pay it no mind. We in it, but we don't even pay it no mind, man. We go. So like, we go. I know who these brothers, this brother, we go. If we leave the house, we go do what we're going to do. Whether it be going to a grocery store, we get in, we get out, man.
Yeah. You know? And for the most part, bros, we're Jacob. We like to dwell at the tents. Now me, I like I said, I like being outdoors. brothers like nature. You know, living in the city, and then you go to like nature settings. It's just a detachment, man. You hearing the trees, you hearing the birds, you hearing. I was on a hike last week, and a motherfucking rattlesnake popped out. Week before that, big ass coyote. You know?
Experience.
Yeah. So you know, but mostly we chill at the crib. Jacob do all at the tent. We be at the tent chilling.
But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, L'Kakodash. Double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone who will what it tells us the truth. Peace, love, blessings, salutations to you, Akim, as part of the Bayasha, that without a house of David. Lord willing, this is an edifying camp. You know, Lord willing, next Sunday we'll be out here again. And until then, Shalom and Bible Ball.
Shalom, y'all. Bashima Sarabakata. Let's move on.